emotional intelligence is so important. We should be able to feel what we want on purpose and stop feeling what we don't want on purpose. If you're locked into a certain energetic signature, how do you break that? It only takes 90 seconds for an emotion to cycle. If it continues to cycle after 90 seconds, it's because you're keeping it going. They believe the thoughts generated by the body, which triggers the body to feel more in line with the thoughts that preceded it, which generate more thoughts, which generate more feeling, which generate more thought. So how do you break out of that? Deep breathing is one. Not like, no. You have to let the breath come out as if it's your last breath in the world. Like that. It resets the sympathetic nervous system, puts you more closer to like hypostasis, which is like peace, tranquility, calm. In that state, the thoughts might still kind of resonate a little bit, and then you take another deep breath. And by then it should be totally fleshed all the way out. You should no longer be feeling that same thing you were feeling. So then you should no longer be able to generate those thoughts. Since you're not generating those thoughts, you won't be generating those feelings and keeping yourself in that same loop or pattern. Another thing to do, you have to understand that 95% of the time you're run by your subconscious mind. You are conscious about 5% of the time, and that's typically when you're feeling some type of pleasure or some type of pain. It makes you wake up like, what was that? You have about 2,000 bits of data for your conscious mind. Whatever you focus on in that moment is reality. If you're feeling something, scared, too horny, too angry, whatever it is, look at something and focus on it and then name it. Lights, wall, light, phone, me, curtain, air conditioner. You do stuff like that. Have you ever felt pain? You got focused on something else and forgot about the pain. And then when you no longer are focused on that thing, the pain returns. It's like the exact same thing. You took your 2,000 bits and put it over here. And because your 2,000 bits were so focused on that, you didn't have any bits to focus on pain. So when you take your attention and you focus it and direct it where you want it to go, on what you want it to be on, as opposed to what your body is trying to get you to focus on by continually looping that cycle, you break the cycle and the mind becomes distracted over here, and that's what reality is in that 2,000 bits of data. And then when you shift it over to something else, the body doesn't have time to cycle back to the other thing. The next thing you know, you're no longer feeling it. So those are the tricks that I use whenever I'm in high emotion, when I'm in like an arousal situation and the woman decides that she doesn't want to have sex. Because that is like trying to stop a train. Like, how do you flush that out? And it usually takes me about 2 breaths. Oh, you don't? Okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's all right. So what's your favorite movie? Like, that's how it goes. That's why also I said I manipulate my arousal by not allowing myself to orgasm with sex, so that I stay in that feeling state, so that I'm only thinking thoughts of arousal, so that I'm only seeing, my perception is only seen through the lens of these chemicals that have me feeling aroused. It's just being on purpose. You are a human being, but you are a human being what? And are you a human being that on purpose? That's the point. You have to know how to think on purpose so that you can feel on purpose, and then you are in a state of being, and then you're being on purpose. You're in that state of being on purpose, which is being on purpose. You are existing or being on purpose, and that's the goal. So we'll talk about this more in other videos. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate your time and attention, because you can't get it back. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.